go ahead and drain our radiator. We're going to start by removing our radiator cap, and then we'll move underneath to drain the cooling system. You want to make sure that the engine is cool and is not hot, hasn't been run in a while. You want to make sure that the radiator is nice and cool before opening this up. Otherwise, hot antifreeze can come out. Press down, rotate the cap, rotate this off, set the cap aside.
We're going to use our pry tool and get right behind the neck of our petcock, and we're just going to slowly pull that out.
We do have our drain pan underneath. Let the system drain out. Using the same 8mm socket to go ahead and loosen this hose clamp. Using a 10mm socket and ratchet, go ahead and loosen and remove this bolt right here. Go ahead and use a pair of pliers. Go ahead and loosen this and work our upper hose off. So this has proven to give us a little bit of a hard time. Reason being is that our upper radiator hose is swollen around the edges. Now's probably a good time to replace this hose. If you have the hose, go ahead and do so. Take your upper radiator hose, slide that off the water neck, and just fold that aside. There's a plastic locking collar right here. We're going to use a pair of pliers, and there's a tab on the bottom, one on the top that actually locks into the water neck right here. So I'm just going to gently squeeze these here. We're going to push in on the hose and then work it out. Go ahead and work this hose up and free of this other clamp here. This is simply going to allow us a little more room to work down here freely. Let's go ahead and remove this plastic collar off of here and then work this locking clip off. Let's go ahead and clean up this tube here. I'm going to go ahead and spray a little bit of solvent on this here. I use a little bit of mild sandpaper. Just clean any rust buildup or debris that might be on there. Go to this connector down below right here. We're going to pull up on this little tab and pull away, working this connector off. Next, we're going to use our 27mm deep socket with our ratchet. I'm going to put this over this right here. Work that onto our water neck right here. And we're going to loosen this here. you want to check the threads inside here, make sure everything is clean. Go ahead and take your new adapter here. We're going to thread that in. It already has some thread tape on the threads. Go ahead and work this into place. I'm going to put our socket over the end, and let's go ahead and tighten that down. Once that bottom's down, feel it snug. Can now take our hose here. We're going to put it inside our bracket. Work that down into place. Line up our hose here and press this in. So we're going to get right behind the pipe here and push it straight in. And you'll feel it pop into place. That little collar on this pipe popped in and it's locked into place now. Go ahead and take your connector here and clip that onto that lower sensor. Just push it on and it'll pop into place. We're going to install our bolt through our bracket here and snug that down. Let's go ahead and install our upper radiator hose. We'll move our clamp down into place. Then I want to go ahead and bring our intake tube up and slide that on. Let's go ahead and fill our radiator. You want to make sure when filling your radiator that you use the manufacturer specified coolant for your vehicle. When doing so, you want to wear safety glasses as well. That way you don't have any splashback getting in your eyes. Now you also want to go ahead and check your coolant reservoir or expansion tank. There's going to be an add and a full when hot. Obviously the vehicle is not hot because we haven't run it yet. So you at least want to go ahead and fill this up to the add line, and then we're going to go ahead and start up the vehicle, let it run for about 20 to 30 minutes, let all the air bubbles come out. At that point there, check this and see this should be at the full when hot. If not, you can go ahead and open this up slowly and add coolant as necessary. We are currently low on coolant right there, so we're going to go ahead and add a little bit. Now we went ahead and let the vehicle run for a little bit. Our radiator did not take any more coolant, and our expansion tank is still in that full area there. It went up to the full hot. So let's go ahead and cap this here. I'll go ahead and work this off. We now can go ahead and install our radiator cap.